Alright, so it's 8:16 and I gotta be out of here. This is real life today, y'all. I gotta be out of here by 9 o'clock. I wanna be out my door. 9:15, I'm pushing it. I need to be on time. I haven't even washed my face yet. I got this new... We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff because it's Monday. We're just going to do the Monday download. I got this new skincare stuff. It actually came in a kit from Sephora. Saturday. Why is it not in its packaging, girl? Because I went out, had an adult libation or a few, and met some people, and I randomly had to like unpackage all my stuff and put it in my purse so it can go with me to like the next location, like to another bar or something. So anyways, let me know if you guys have heard of this or used this. Where are you at? Can you see that? I think you guys can see it. It's called Biossance, Biossance. The main thing though is that squalene and tea tree and all that. And this little one is the mask. This is the little cleanser. And then this one is the oil. I guess I'm going to save this oil for nighttime, or I may put some on my eyes. These things here were $35 for some $29 at Sephora. I am about, I don't know, $53 from being VIP status, which is like so immature, right? I don't even like shop that much for makeup, which reminds me, I did buy my new makeup. I don't want this to make this video too random because I did want to come on here and talk about some serious topics like my house information that I found out, and what else did I find out? Oh, and a money update. Trying to open this. This is already setting me back, girl. This is already setting me back. My nails. I really don't have nails, you guys. I really don't. I just... Whew. And then I want to go and get my foundation. I have been all over the place, but I feel like I've had a weekend to just come down and decompress. Like my boyfriend say, he has times where he shuts his brain off. Yes, that's how I'm waking up this morning. I shut my brain off. Hold on 1 second. 1 second while I find my foundation. I have no idea where anything is. No idea. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to use all of the foundation because... Oh, no, here's my other one. Oh. So that's just like practical stuff, just like so much on my mind. If I was a real edited person, I would actually restart this and start with my other topics first. But it all goes into the same day. So anyways, what happened? So went to look at the house on Friday, because I knew my boyfriend was going to be traveling for work this week. Went with a person who just does walkthroughs, not the actual realtor. Fell in love with it. Posted it all on social media. Still have that kind of love. And I really do still feel like it's my house. Like, I got some things to put in order, as does my boyfriend. But I feel like it is my home. I fell in love with it. But my boyfriend is really... Have you ever been with somebody and you underestimate their intelligence sometimes? Like, you get so used to being like, what a fool, what a clown, and then they pull out some serious knowledge and information, be like, oh yeah, that's right, man, you are a business man. So yes, I make myself laugh as I'm rushing as usual, because my boyfriend is in business, in a certain line of business. He's very smart. What we did was, and what you always should do is, once you view a home that you like, ride the neighborhood. We rode the neighborhood because this is a 1970s complete remodel. And my boyfriend noticed I'm just loving the neighborhood. That's the only reason why I'm riding it. I am loving this neighborhood. But what my boyfriend notices is, babe, look up. That's the same stairwell that we have. I bet this is an investor. Okay? Not privately owned. That makes a difference. So we continue to ride the neighborhood. We saw a lot of construction going on. And I was like, oh my God, I think this neighborhood flooded. It had to. We tried to get out and talk to this man that's working there. He doesn't speak English fine. But I go home that same night after we get in an argument in Walmart about me not wanting to do the math. And to him doing the math has taken the square footage by the housing cost to get the square footage per to get the dollar per square foot to see if you're getting a fair deal for the neighborhood. Okay? So I didn't want to do it in the middle of Walmart. Had to wake up the next day. His friends are telling us they're already out in my little walking neighborhood eating sushi at 11. So we bickering, going back and forth, girl. End up kind of resolving, but then I started getting exhausted. Long story short, I went out by myself to get this little stuff from Sephora, and my face does feel good with that. And I was sitting at the bar at a nice steakhouse next to this lady. I'm just bothering her, like chit-chatting with her, like on a real girly bullcrap kind of thing, because she's wearing like this sexy lingerie top. I'm like, oh girl, you working tonight, you got it going on. And complained with her about my boyfriend a little bit. How about she's a realtor? Okay, I have a lot of friends who say they're realtors and have realtor licensed people. That's another thing too. We're gonna get on a whole nother rant. Is when you tell people you want to do something, like I told one of my guy friends, they want to know all your information and you think they about to work for you, and then they just tell you everything that's wrong with it and how you shouldn't do it. Don't do that. Stay out of it, people. If you're that kind of person, I understand you may want to tell somebody the cons, but let them be in love with it first. Give them a day. Let them rest. If they're not making a immediate purchase, let them rest on how good they're feeling about it, and then go in and tell them all the bad. I had a night, well, a day on Saturday, a good day though. I mean, I just totally like decompressed, met all these people. Me and my boyfriend supposed to go out partying. We met a new private driver for this area. Okay. Probably forgot about, even met these like two housewives, the ponytail ladies is what I call them. They was crying and I was giving them, advice and all this. Lo and behold, me and my boyfriend are laying in bed about 2 o'clock Sunday. I get a phone call from a random number. I wasn't even going to answer it, but I said, let me answer it. Because I'm paying my bills on time, so who is this calling me on a Sunday? It's the lady giving me the information on the house. She actually even sent me an email, wanted me up for lunch. I told her no wasn't a good time right now because of my boyfriend's travel schedule. But this is what I found out. The house was purchased by an investor group. So this group, which I already knew that because I looked online, when my boyfriend said that about the handrails, I looked online in the neighborhood and started seeing different houses for sale in the neighborhood, and I saw our same floors, which are very unique. Same ceiling fans, same light fixtures. It's the same material, right? So she just confirmed for us what we already knew for us in the investor group. What we did not know, what she did add to it, was they bought up $2.2 million worth of homes in the neighborhood. I saw 5 homes on the market, which might be all 5 homes when I do the math. I think all their homes are still on the market, to be honest with you, when I do the math on it. Sure is. Anywho, she could see how much they bought the house for. Let's just be honest here. I'll tell you, because the bad number one con, the house did flood during Harvey. I want to know, does that area flood all the time? It's in one of the areas where when the storm was going on. This is my new foundation that I've been sampling in those little pot things. But I've mixed up all my samples so much that I don't know what is what. But this is what I'm going to be using. I like this. It's full coverage. It's in one of those neighborhoods that they open the drain to stop the city from flooding. So I want to know, is that a one-off or does it flood frequently? And I'll just be transparent because we're going to make this a real transparent channel. We're not going to be bougie on this channel. Even though when I told the lady this neighborhood is for a bougie queen, but this house is for a humble bougie queen, that's me. These people... Do I want to go here with you guys? Okay, we'll talk about it. Let's just be real. The homes in this neighborhood before the storm, we're going for $400,000. Easily. That's on the low end. The house that I'm looking at is actually a small house for the neighborhood, which is always good. We're one of the smallest houses, and the only 3-bedroom houses on the market right now. Most of the homes in the neighborhood do have pools, right? So, but when it stormed, when it flooded, those people had to gut their homes. A lot of those homes are still gutted, and there was so much construction, which we saw, right? I do love this foundation. I really love it. You don't need that much of it. I love it because I got a lot of discoloration right now. I might actually have to start using Ambi. So when it flooded, they had to take it down to the studs. We're talking about like 4 feet of water or higher, because there is like the little bayou thing sits very close. But they say that Harvey was a one-off, all this kind of stuff. So boom, we know that we're gonna need home insurance, like flood insurance. Okay, so already ticky-tallying that up into our expense. But what we saw, and what I saw on my own, was that some of their homes have been on the market for like 189 days. I also saw for this home that this home had come on and off the market. Like, I think they bought it at the end of last year and then put it on the market shortly after. Maybe the remodel on this one wasn't so extensive, like the work that needs to be done was not so extensive. And they've been taking it on and off the market, even with some other options on it, right? But nobody has put an offer on it. So when I heard that they bought $2.2 million worth of real estate in this one neighborhood, however, they bought my house, and I am going to call it my house, it was at one point in the 400s. But when they bought, like the year before the storm, it was in the 400s. But when they bought it for $278, and they put in $135. Me and my boyfriend argue about this. I say she said $150 worth of remodel. He said he heard $135. Anyway, they bought this home, which was damaged, way undervalued, at $278, and now they are back in the fours with their asking price, okay? Which, before the storm, they may have been able to get that. It's interesting when you talk to different people, like, because I do listen, like, even when some of the comments are like, ooh, a 1970s home, for that price and all that other kind of stuff. But if you live in a city, location. And I feel just the vibe of that is not cookie cutter. I was going to try to put some heat on my hair, but it don't look like it's going that way today. It is not a cookie cutter house. Does that make sense? And it has a lot of access points to highways. It's not far. It is in my normal hood, is what I call it. Because every neighborhood is a hood, girl. Every neighborhood is a hood with hood problems. It just all, goes to show how you live with them. You know what I mean? I don't care if you live in Beverly Hills. Look at the Kardashians. Every neighborhood is a hood. Same people, same humans. Anyways, let me not go on a tirade with that. But I guess if I found a house that had that California cool vibe, that's what this one has. But I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like it's mine. I feel like that we can strike a deal. We called my boyfriend's dad and, got some pointers on what would be reasonable. And even though I'm not an expert, I'm very intuitive. I think it's doable at $375. My other person don't want it for $375. They walked in there with their critical eye, their businessman eye, and pointed out all these flaws that I would not. Some of them were like cosmetic, like, okay, that paint job is not quite right. But he was saying like the severity of the paint job could be a $3,000 job. The pool needs to be repainted or replastered. In his opinion, I didn't see that. I know I want that back landscaping dug up, things like that, that if they're asking for top asking on something that needs some forgiveness, that they should have all that stuff put together. His dad made a good point and was saying, what we do for a living. How would you feel if you think you're done with a project and somebody come in there and tell you you're not done and you want and they want this heavy discount? You would get away from them. So that meant, and I hope he takes that. I kind of want to leave him in control of it because sometimes people take men more seriously. Shit, if he gets it for me, then be like, love you long time, baby, love you long time. Just surprise me with this. Don't, I don't know. That would be the dream, girl. That was my dream. I'm gonna text him that today. My dream is that I wake up in the next week and you tell me that I can start bringing my stuff to my house. that would be my dream. But it's interesting. It's interesting because 14 minutes in and I'm babbling to you guys. It's interesting because when things are for sale, the buyer and the seller matters. In some cases, when it's an investment group like this, the seller may matter more because how strong are they willing to stick to their guns? Like, see, I feel like as long as they're overpriced, we've got a fighting chance. Another thing why is that the house doesn't really fit the neighborhood. Somebody looking in that neighborhood is not looking for that style house. They're looking more for an estate, like a old money feel. Does that make sense? This house is so new and so fresh that maybe somebody who would be interested in that style wouldn't want to. Maybe they would want to be more in the city. Does that make sense? So, but for me, it fits me and my vibe so much, so much. I just have, I'm like my boyfriend too. I'm not gonna get crapped on just because I'm in love. Well, I may, and I'm gonna tell him that too, because I'm in love. His father told him that the way that I feel about it should add value to it, because you guys know I am the anti settle down queen. I don't want to settle down. But this house doesn't make me feel like I'm settling down. This house makes me feel like new opportunity, and whatever happens, because his dad was just saying, okay, what can you, when you list your complaints for a seller, is what can you say to a seller that adds value? What you can say are things that would decrease your value when the house goes up for sale again. My problem is I feel like this is my forever house. I feel like I can be there for 20 years. I'm not going to complain. It's not so big. Yes, there's a stair area, but the master bedroom is downstairs from the kitchen. My boyfriend has so much art, like over 200 pieces of art that he has inherited from over the years. So I told him he can make the upstairs like an all art kind of like gallery kind of situation. So it just got a lot of the things that I want. Anyways, one of the things that the real estate agent pointed out, well, one thing I noticed was the pool, right? A lot of families are not going to want that pool and no backyard, and that pool so close to the door. Like, people want their pools fenced in and stuff. I'm sorry that I scratched my face. It's just not a part of my life. I don't need the safety gate. You know what I mean? That's not important. I don't need places for people to run around in the backyard. And even if those little people do come along, they're going to be my children, so they know this is how we live it over here. This is how you live it. This is how you're going to be living. Hakuna Matata. But people who are looking may say, yeah, I don't know if I want to start that way. Another thing was the stairwell that I love, that makes it so modern. I love how open it is. The real estate agent said that a lot of people wouldn't like it because they want that staircase enclosed. Now, I don't want it enclosed. A boyfriend's dad was like, oh, maybe one day you will, or when you go to sell it. I was like, I'm not selling my house. So I am definitely connected to it. I am 100% connected. Oh my God. Can you tell? I have a lot of energy for this Monday morning because... So that's all I have about the house right now. And I'm doing this without any internet research thus far. Just as my first step in. This is the first house that I have liked. Okay, and adults, we all know how that goes. So I know how that goes. Just because you fall in love with the first one, or the first one you fall in love with, just like in real life, girl, you may have to get married 2 and 3 times before y'all can actually, you know what I mean, be really married on paper. You be married in your heart, and the paper just don't even follow. Real life. Anyways, what was I thinking? So that's what I have learned thus far. The fact that nobody has made an offer on it is just, I don't know, it speaks to that it's meant for me. I remember, I remember that I like read something like this lady was saying how she had like this dream house or whatever, and her house sold. Somebody moved into it. She wasn't ready for it financially, and then 2 years later, the same house came back up on the market. And you know what? She was ready then. She was ready then, but the people dragged it out. It didn't move out until like 5 years later, and then she was super ready. Like that's my house, and that's how so connected I feel to it. The only thing I need to know seriously is how many times has the neighborhood flooded. But that lady that I met in the bar on Saturday night that got back with me about 3 o'clock on Sunday, and I mean I was very adultish at that time, girl. Girlfriend was not even trying. Well, I always try to maintain my decorum, but the standard of decorum which I was functioning over was like this lady could be full of crap. But real estate agents, that's a good idea to hang out at really nice steakhouses at the bar because you might meet some real friendly, good-hearted people that are serious. You know, I know this is about to be very, very controversial what I'm about to say, but I don't care. This is my channel. This is my vibe. This is my little diary. I meet the best people in church or at the bar or casino. I think you meet better people at the bar or casino than you meet in church sometimes. Take that how you want to take it. Because it's like when people are really looking for a relief in their life, you can let your hair down and your ego down and just really, be a better version of yourself. Now, I'm not saying get sloppy or get addicted, but you just meet a good quality, person. I'm not talking about in pretentious nightclubs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about when you're just really chilling out hard at a good, decent spot. It doesn't even have to be like fancy or anything or expensive, but you tend to meet people like, wow, that was a really good conversation. Like, I totally forgot I even met that lady, to tell you the truth. Totally, like, because me and my boyfriend, we had our own things going on. He got on my nerves so badly on Saturday. Couple stuff. Ooh, couple stuff. I could make a whole video about couple stuff. Couple stuff, girl. My final straw, let me tell you how petty it was. You guys know I live in this tiny apartment, and he was here this weekend. And I needed some new towels because my towels was getting holes in them because I bleach them so much because I love whites, And I was like, why do you always come and take all the laundry out of the laundry thing and put it in the middle of the hallway? It's so annoying to me. And I forgot what his reason was because he's trying to do laundry. Some of the laundry that he has here are really trying to wash towels. And I was just like, I just hate it. My room is already a mess. Let's just make my hallway a mess. Do you know we walk in the door from Walmart with new towels. I need a new lipstick too. Do you know he takes the towels out the bag, takes the tags off, and drops them one by one on the floor? Oh, girlfriend had to go take a walk. She had to go. I had to go take a walk. Girl, I was so mad. It wasn't just that. I was also mad because, and I do want to talk about this in my video, and that's probably why my energy feels so high right now. I needed to decompress. I needed to shut my brain off. I needed to come all the way down. And it was like we woke up with business people calling and then friends calling before. Girl, my phone was dead all day Saturday. I legit had to charge my phone for the first time on Saturday at about 5 or 6 o'clock at the bar. That's how much on the go we were in art. And they ticked me off because I told him that this weekend I just want to take a weekend off and be at home because we have been traveling so much with stuff to do. Like, I got something to do this weekend, the filler thing this weekend, a weekend break. Then after that, there's a wedding. I just need time just to say, let me unpack my bags. My bag's still not unpacked. But I kind of fought for myself this weekend. I fought for my own peace of mind. Like, I was like, look, I am a natural person. Like, I don't drink coffee. I don't take, workout energy drinks. I don't take anything to increase my energy level because of my heart. I can't. I have to be on natural energy. I can't have anything that speeds up the heart. So what that means is that's all the energy that I have for the day is the energy that God gave me. You may be around here on 5 cups of coffee and some energy boosters, and I'm around here on my natural. And everybody you know is around here like that, so that's your normal. But for me, it's not like that. You know, I really have to. And I told him, I say it's gonna sound weird unless you are into the things that I'm into, such as juicing, doing yoga. It's gonna sound weird to be that sometimes I feel the need to take my mind to a level of zen and get high off my own peace.